Breaking news. Two persons have been approved by the Russian government to run against Putin in the March election. On Friday, Russia's National Elections Commission officially registered the first two presidential contenders vying to challenge Putin in the March race, which Putin is virtually guaranteed to win. On March 15 to 17, voters will have the chance to choose between Nationalist Liberal Democratic Party candidate Leonid Slutsky and New People Party candidate Vladislav Divenkov, as per the Commission's approval. Since becoming president of Russia in 2000, Putin has dominated the country's politics. Neither of these things presents a serious challenge to him. In parliament, the platforms of both candidates' parties are in line with those of Putin's power base party, the United Russia Party. Slutsky has been an outspoken supporter of the increasingly anti-Western foreign policy of the Kremlin in his role as head of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the lower house of parliament. The party's nominee received fewer than 6% of the vote in the most recent 2018 presidential election. As a member of the Duma, the lower house of parliament, Divenkov serves as deputy speaker. In the Duma, which has 450 members, his party has 15 seats after being founded in 2020. Nikolai Kharitonov is running for office as the Communist Party's candidate, but he has not yet been officially registered with the Elections Commission. When the party ran a candidate in 2004, Kharitonov came in second, far behind Putin. The Russian presidential vote did not include a candidate last month who had called for peace in Ukraine. A group of Yekaterina Duntsova supporters initially nominated her, but the Elections Commission rejected her nomination due to spelling and other paperwork mistakes. After then, Duntsova's petition to the Supreme Court was denied. Putin has gathered signatures in support of his candidacy from several political groups and organizations, including his campaign headquarters, branches of the ruling United Russia Party, and a political coalition called the People's Front. He is running as an independent. Independent candidates in Russia are required by law to collect 300,000 signatures from at least 40 regions and 500 nominations from supporters in each region. Associated Press Copyright 2024. This is a copyright notice. Any publication, broadcast, rewriting, or redistribution of this information requires authorization. As a part of its strategy for the new year, Ukraine is launching additional missiles and drones at Russian territory. As part of its New Year strategy, Ukraine fires more missiles and drones at Russian territory. The country of Bangladesh is preparing for a general election, but thousands of opposition activists remain jailed. The country of Bangladesh is preparing for a general election, but thousands of opposition activists remain jailed. Updates as they happen. A house in southern Gaza was apparently struck by an Israeli airstrike last night, killing 6 people. Live updates. 6 killed in alleged Israeli airstrike on Gaza home. Heavy casualties reported by Vladimir Putin's forces along the Dnipro River in Odessa, southern Ukraine, and claims made by the Ukrainian military. The Ukrainian military's command staff reported progress in the Kherson region on the left bank of the river in their most recent status report. Russia allegedly launched 6 failed attempts, according to their report. The enemy does not give up trying to knock our units out of their occupied positions, expressed an official from the Ukrainian military, adding, despite significant losses, the attack on Avdiivka started in October and according to the most recent U.S. estimates, about 13,000 Russians have killed. War expert Michael Kaufman claims that Russia's losses in the first 3 weeks at Avdiivka are on par with those in the months of the Ukrainian counteroffensive last year. Russian vehicle losses are considerable, and the assault on Avdiivka has also involved tanks and armored personnel carriers. Between October 10 and November 28, according to Ukrainian military analyst Tatarigami, there were 211 vehicle losses in and around the city, equivalent to about 5 battalions. According to officials, Russian air defenses shot down dozens of Ukrainian drones in southern Russia and occupied Crimea on Friday. This comes as Kyiv continues to push its strategy of attacking the peninsula that Moscow has annexed, hoping to extend the 22-month war beyond Ukraine's boundaries. The capital of Crimea, Sevastopol, was rocked by the sound of air raid sirens as a bridge linking the peninsula, illegally acquired by Moscow a decade ago, to the southern Krasnodar region of Russia remained closed for a second day in a row. This bridge is an important supply route for Russia's military campaign. A pattern of increasingly intense aerial strikes by the Ukrainians has emerged in recent days. And the Russian Defense Ministry reported that 36 drones were intercepted over Crimea and one over Krasnodar by its defenses. The ministry also reported that an anti-ship missile from Ukraine, the Neptune, was shot down over the northwest region of the Black Sea. The news broke after 3 individuals were hurt in additional rocket and drone assaults on Thursday night in the territory of the Russian border city of Belgorod, according to Belgorod Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov. According to officials in Belgorod, 25 people were murdered in attacks by Ukrainian forces on January 6. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak stated on Friday, repeating an earlier assertion by Washington that Russia has targeted Ukraine with missiles supplied by North Korea. As part of its overt genocidal war, the Russian Federation has launched missiles toward Ukrainian land, according to Podolyak's post on X social network, Friday morning. State-run media cited Kharkiv's governor as saying that missiles made outside of Russia were fired into the province in late December and early January. Podolyak claimed that missiles fired by Russia at Ukrainians originated from a country where people are incarcerated for minor offenses such as possessing an unlicensed radio, conversing with tourists, or viewing television programs. The fact that the missiles were North Korean was not proven by Podolyak. Declassified intelligence was referenced by Washington in its Thursday statement. Ukrainian forces have claimed heavy casualties on Vladimir Putin's side near the Dnipro River in Odessa, a city in southern Ukraine. The Ukrainian military's command staff reported progress in the Kherson region on the left bank of the river in their most recent status report. Russia allegedly launched 6 failed attempts, according to their report. The enemy does not give up trying to knock our units out of their occupied positions, expressed an official from the Ukrainian military, adding, despite significant losses. The government of Nepal has issued a travel ban on its residents, citing concerns that a large number of them had been enlisted by the Russian military to participate in the fighting in Ukraine and Russia. The country's Department of Employment has said that it is conducting further investigations into claims of the deaths of Nepalese nationals serving in the Russian army. The number of Nepalese casualties in the conflict is estimated at 10, with 4 more being seized by the Ukrainian side. Obtaining a work permit is a mandatory step for the tens of thousands of Nepalis who leave the nation annually in quest of economic opportunities, although the government has not officially acknowledged it. There is speculation that some Nepalis are serving as hired guns for the Ukrainian side. Russian alleged use of North Korean missiles in Ukraine has drawn strong condemnation from the United Kingdom, which has demanded that Pyongyang cut off such supplies. According to newly disclosed intelligence, the Russian President Vladimir Putin's forces are utilizing North Korean-supplied ballistic missiles, according to the White House, claiming that the reports of ties between the Kremlin and Kim Jong-un's dictatorship were a breach of UN Security Council resolutions and an indication of Russia's desperation. The UK Foreign Office strongly criticized the development. Moscow has previously refuted US accusations that it was involved in a weapons trade with North Korea. Nevertheless, the United States has recently disclosed intelligence regarding Russia's acquisition of the missiles, which it asserts have been fired twice within the past 2 weeks. The use of North Korean-supplied ballistic missiles by Russia in its recent aggressions against Ukraine is deeply condemned by the United Kingdom. According to a Foreign Office spokesman, we strongly suggest that North Korea cut off its armaments supplies to Russia. Russia is acquiring weaponry from North Korea while it pursues its misguided and opportunistic military objectives in Ukraine. This is an indication of its desperation and its isolation from the rest of the world. Furthermore, as a permanent member of the UN Security Council, Russia advocated for and supported numerous resolutions that this action violates. On Wednesday, NATO stated its intention to assist in the purchase of up to 1,000 Patriot missiles, allowing partners to enhance their defenses against Russia's intensifying airstrikes on Ukraine. The Patriots, which can withstand enemy planes and cruise and ballistic missiles, will be purchased by a consortium of countries that includes Germany, the Netherlands, Romania, and Spain. According to the NATO Support and Procurement Agency, experts in the field estimate a value of about $5.50. billion for the contract.